Welcome to Africa channel. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to help us.
Mercedes' new electric Sprinter van promises to be a boon for drivers, fleet owners, and neighborhoods. Your Amazon Prime or FedEx driver won't exactly volunteer this information, but the truth is their offices usually suck. They can be loud and rattly, smelly and jerky, rough riding, with seats and suspensions that beat you up, and interior bits intent on catching your clothes as you hustle through a 10-hour shift behind the wheel. Fleet companies don't love them, either. Gas and diesel vans, despite being a tried and true technology, are complicated. They require lots of maintenance, and fuel costs are volatile. That's where electric vans like the Rivian RCV, BrightDrop Zevo, Ford e-Transit, and last but not least, the 2024 Mercedes-Benz eSprinter we've just been driving come in. Vans like the eSprinter promise to be cheaper to run and maintain for management, while drivers, as we found out after spending the day behind the wheel of an eSprinter, are also in for an altogether nicer experience, too. Built alongside traditional diesel Sprinter lines at Mercedes-Benz's van plants in both South Carolina and Germany, the new eSprinter's mono-spec long wheelbase / high roof configuration and modularized construction aims to make it easy to build and spec. All North American eSprinters will come standard with a 113 kWh LFP battery pack located between the van's two axles underneath the cargo floor that Mercedes calls Module 2, and a rear permanent magnet motor mounted in a self-contained Dion-type rear axle Mercedes calls Module 3. The motor will be available in both 134 horsepower and 201 horsepower, dubbed 100 kilowatt and 150 kilowatt by Mercedes, forms, with 295 pounds-to-foot of twist from each, splitting the horsepower difference between Mercedes' low and high output turbodiesel i4 engines, and matching the low output model's torque. Module 1, the power electronics found under the hood, are the same regardless of your motor choice. EPA results are pending, but expect the 150 kilowatt eSprinter to clear about 188 miles on a full charge in its default comfort drive mode. Power drops to 100 kilowatts, 134 horsepower, in eco mode, and 80 kilowatts, 107 horsepower, in maximum range mode, with the latter also limiting air conditioner performance and throttle response, improving range to around 234 miles. That's significantly better than the most efficient low-roof e-Transit, which can clear 126 miles on a full charge. All eSprinters can be charged through a CCS1 port located underneath the Mercedes TriStar in the grille. On a level 2 charger, the eSprinter can replenish its battery at 9.6 kilowatts, while a level 3 fast charger will do the trick at 50 kilowatts, standard, or 115 kilowatts with an optional $593 upgrade. Mercedes says eSprinters with the 115 kilowatt capability can recharge from 10 to 80% in 42 minutes, perfect for a lunchtime opportunity charge. But it expects most eSprinter customers to recharge from a level 2 overnight. Weighing about 1,000 pounds more than a comparable diesel Sprinter 2500, the eSprinter unsurprisingly gives up some payload capacity. It's capable of hauling a respectable 2,624 pounds in its 488.1 cubic foot cargo area. That's a little over a 1,000 pounds shy of both a low-output Sprinter extended wheelbase high roof and a comparable e-Transit high roof extended. Considering volume is often a more important metric than payload for most van shoppers, we suspect eSprinter owners will be happy with the trade-off based on how Mercedes' new electric van improves upon the base Sprinter formula. Sprinters, despite their intimidating size, have long been remarkably easy to drive, with torquey engines, good steering feel, and compliant rides. The eSprinter is that and more. With car-like steering and a comfortable ride, likely aided by the 440-pound pallet Mercedes placed over the rear axle, our high-output 150 kilowatt example was buttery smooth going down the road. Without the clatter of the fuel burner or the 9-speed automatic shift shock, the eSprinter in its standard comfort mode accelerates briskly, melding the low-end torque of the Sprinter's diesel with the top-end power of the discontinued gas engine, ensuring drivers can pull off the line quickly or take advantage of an opportune gap in traffic to pass a slow-moving vehicle on the highway. Eco and maximum range modes progressively dial back power and add significantly more resistance in the throttle to encourage efficient driving. Neither is particularly great. Eco mode, which limits power output to 134 horsepower, mirroring the standard eSprinter, requires the gas pedal to be more than halfway through its travel to get the electric Mercedes moving with any semblance of urgency. Maximum range mode is worse still, requiring you to push the throttle down through the kick-down point of the floor in order to get the eSprinter to saunter forward as traffic piles up behind. We likely spent far more time with our foot to the floor in maximum range mode than either comfort or eco. We suspect many eSprinter drivers may be able to eke more range out of their vans in one of those drive modes versus maximum range.
Mercedes provides a dizzying array of regenerative brake options on the eSprinter, all toggled via steering wheel mounted paddles, D, D, D+, D++, and D Auto.
D, the default, aims to balance a more regenerative braking effect with natural throttle feel, with the end result being a perfectly pleasant braking experience akin to driving a diesel Sprinter downshifted a gear. D is the most aggressive brake setting, almost allowing for one-pedal driving. D+ has less regenerative braking than D and feels much like the diesel Sprinter does. D++ has no regenerative braking and allows the eSprinter to coast freely. D Auto, like the system in Mercedes EQ EVs, uses external sensors to automatically adjust brake regen with mixed results. We wound up bouncing between D and D around town, and D on highways. Brake pedal feel itself was surprisingly great considering how Mercedes EQ brakes typically feel. The eSprinter's pedal is progressive and easy to modulate, perfect for safely bringing heavy loads to a halt. Like its internal combustion sibling, you'll find few real amenities in the eSprinter's cabin. Even so, it makes a nice mobile office. Visibility is excellent, and seat comfort is good, though taller drivers may find it difficult to find a comfortable seating angle to the bulkhead partition. Itself a $322 required add-on for the eSprinter, alongside the $414 heavy-duty plastic flooring as of this writing. The cabin offers 8 cup holders split among the 2 seats and plenty of storage for papers, tablets, or laptops. All the eSprinters Mercedes had on hand for the launch event featured the optional MBUX infotainment suite, which adds a 10.25-inch touchscreen to the dash, as well as the dreaded touch pads to the steering wheel. While we would normally be tempted to skip the system, it's quite useful in the eSprinter as it handily flags all nearby fast chargers, their charge ratings, and availability, while also helping keep track of efficiency and route planning. The cargo hold requires a high step up, but grab handles make the task easier. The passenger side sliding door opens and closes far easier than a door of its size should, while the rear doors open out and swing back against the van's sides, ensuring they're always out of the way while also allowing drivers to back right up to loading docks. With prices starting at $74,917, about $16,000 more than both a comparable diesel Sprinter and e-Transit, the outlay initially seems high for the eSprinter. Mercedes, however, sweetens the pot some by covering maintenance for 4 years or 100,000 miles. It also guarantees the battery pack will maintain at least 70% of its initial capacity for the first 8 years or 100,000 miles, which, combined with the low charging costs when compared to diesel and DEF, promises to shrink much of that price gap. For drivers, the new eSprinter builds on the standard Sprinter's strength, chiefly its rock-solid road manners and comfort, with smoother and effortless power, a significantly quieter cabin, and a car-like ride. Those on the receiving end of eSprinters, you, getting your latest delivery or perhaps just a home repair, receive a quieter, cleaner neighborhood thanks to the lack of diesel clatter and emissions. Talk about a win, win, win.
We have come to the end of the video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel to help us.